Hey guys, how y'all doing? It's been a while. I was at the Proto in Minneapolis and now I'm back. Jet lag is also in the past. I woke up at 10 a.m. today. Perfectly fine getting back into the normal rhythm. Yeah, I took a little break from the YouTube stuff. I guess I still don't really know where I am at in terms of, am I a content creator or a tournament player? Am I something in the middle? But yeah, to focus on the tournament, I just took off some time from YouTube. I didn't record a bunch of videos ahead. So here we are a week later from my previous video, which I did on Blue Black Reanimator. Of course, the videos I did prior to the PT were a little bit restricted because I was on a testing team and I didn't want to show too much information. But in all honesty, and if anybody who was following Proto Minneapolis, there was not much to break it with. I pretty much registered stock Grixis, nothing special. This is the deck. I've played a lot for Naples already 3 months ago, where we found out that Esper Legends was, the undiscovered and unprepared for very strong archetype. But honestly, I liked Grixis back then more. This is just more my playstyle. A deck with a lot of decision, a little bit more reactive, counterspells involved in it. So, fun testing for this tournament. It became pretty clear that you had to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Our entire team played Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I was with Team's Channel Fireball, Reed Duke, Louis Scott Vargas, Ralph Levy, Grabner, Steve, Logan Nettles. So many amazing players, Seth Manfield. The team was absolutely stacked, and we had a really good time. We had an Airbnb together where we tested limited a bunch, and also some constructed, of course. But yeah, going into the Airbnb in Minneapolis on Monday, we kind of all knew that we were going to play Fable. And yeah, we played Grixis Reanimator, 4 of us. That didn't go so well. We played Red Black Breach. That was the best performing deck. Pretty much Rakdos midrange with a little bit more of a high end in terms of Breach the Multiverse and Chandra in there. And then 5 of us played Grixis midrange, just stock Grixis, the safe choice. Yeah, again, I think they're all very close. If you want to play Rakdos midrange, Grixis midrange, they're all in the same range in a way. After the PT, it seems to be clear that Rakdos is a step better, right? Congrats to Team Handshake and the 4 members that made the top 8 there, and Nathan taking it all down. Absolutely amazing what that kid is able to do. Incredible run for Nathan Stewart the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. When was the World Championship? Sometime last year. Anyhow, yeah, so I think Grixis is still good though, but perhaps if you want to play a tournament, you should play Rakdos midrange. I mean, looking at the numbers. But Grixis is a little bit more versatile, let's say. Rakdos can be attacked by decks that go bigger, where counterspells are really good, or a card like Search of Salvation is very strong against Rakdos, but less good against Grixis. So here, I am just showcasing you the Grixis deck. I went 7-3 at the PT with it, 70% win rate. I was the best performing Grixis player on the team. Really didn't do well. I think we had like a 48% win rate overall. Toffel and Logan didn't make day 2. I mean, they had both 0-3 drafts. That, of course, didn't help. And yeah. Anyhow, Grixis midrange, the list I came up with, it's pretty stock. It is inspired by Matt Sperling's top 16 list. Very, very close to that list. Just a go for the throat less, and Abrade more because I wanted more answers for Bankbuster, and another make disappear here in the main deck. 4 counterspells. Usually people play 3. I just wanted to play 4 to be a little bit better against go bigger decks, because I was thinking like Reanimator might be popular, Breach decks, and of course in the mirror match, countering a Fable on turn 2 is huge. So the blue counterspells can come in the mirror matches as well. And by mirror, I mean Rakdos and all the others, yeah. The rest of the deck, pretty stock. I think in the aftermath, I might just want to play 4 go for the throat. It is sometimes not that great, but in the mirror matches specifically, but it can, you do something randomly, you lose games to Sheoldred. And that happened to me. I lost like 2 games to Sheoldred in a Rakdos mirror, where it's like, god damn it, that stupid 4-drop. Why? Like, it's just not supposed to be like that I just lose against Sheoldred. So I think 4 go for the throat might just be that necessary evil, because you really don't want to these Rakdos decks, they play free Sheoldred, and sometimes you have to use it, go for it early, and then they play out a Sheoldred and you just don't have an answer for it, and that's just so bad that, yeah, I can see that it's correct to play 4 and maybe go low on the Abrade or go low on the Counterspell. Grixis Command also doesn't have to be in the main deck, and that is more of a hedge towards the Esper Legends matchups, where this card is just absolutely phenomenal, and then of course against soldiers and other aggressive decks it can come in. But as we saw at the PT, those decks are really not a thing. Although you might say that the PT meta is a bit, you can't really take it and just say, oh, that's the meta game, because on the ladder things might be different. People might play these aggressive decks because they want to finish in high rank quickly. They want to, you know, get some people with soldiers and or mono red or what have you. And then a card like Grixis Command can really come in and be important. So yeah, I had 1 Bladecoil Serpent in the main. I think 4 Bankbuster might be the correct decision though. Bladecoil is strong as that one high end threat that just, you know, wins the game. But it really, you have to make the land drops onto turn 6, which sometimes isn't that easy. And I feel like you really want to get onto the board early on. And every draw where I didn't have Bankbuster or Fable, or at least like Bloodtithe into Corpse Appraiser or something, it just didn't feel as good. Especially if you're playing a mirror match where it really is about getting early on to the board. And, you know, when one player has Bankbuster and the other doesn't, it's just so bad for the one that doesn't. So I think I want 4 Bankbuster going forward. Yeah, just the thought after playing this tournament and seeing how the mirror matches play out. And I guess 4 Invoke is probably also the correct call if you expect a lot of mirror matches. Although that card, it can sometimes be a little weird on the draw. You know, when one player has Bankbuster going on and already, like, it draws you cards, but it's a tempo negative play because, you know, like for 5 mana it kills 1 creature, and then if you're behind, it doesn't really catch you back up against, you know, if they have multiple creatures, if they have Goblin plus this or plus a Sheoldred, it doesn't kill Sheoldred, right? So there's issues with Invoke Despair, but of course it is a very strong effect that, you know, at least against Fable, it does catch you up pretty well. My sideboard consisted of, again, nothing special. We had the Razorlashes on the sideboard for the mirror matches, which, you know, in hindsight, because there was more Rakdos and less Grixis, you might not need like 2 of them. You could get away with 1. You could also play 0. Play the Siphon Insight. This is sort of the 4th Bankbuster. It used to be the 4th Bankbuster. In the end, I got convinced to play the Siphon Insight in that slot. It is good in the mirror matches, of course, and it is also nice on the draw where you can keep up a counterspell on turn 2 for their Fable and also keep up Siphon Insight. If you have a Bankbuster instead, you can't really play the Bankbuster on turn 2 on the draw because then, boom, they play Fable and you like fall behind. So that was what the Siphon Insight was for those counterspell plan that you have with like double negate, 6 counterspells that you bring in the mirrors, and then Siphon Insight becomes a nice thing that you can do. Grixis Command times 2 in the board, 1 in the main. Andrea Mangucci sort of convinced me on that because he just said this is the best card against Esper Legends, and it is very strong against the creature decks, some of the creature decks as well, or like most of them, honestly. Yeah, so I was like, okay, fine. I'll play the best card against Esper 3 times. I really just want to slam that matchup. And yeah, so I played 3. I think that's overkill in hindsight because Esper wasn't as popular. And the other decks were just like non-existent. You know, I thought going in that Esper would be like 15-20%. I think it turned out to be like 12.5 or something. And then in addition to 15 to 20%, envisioning that, in addition to like Mono Red, Toxic, and Soldiers being decks, would level up to, I don't know, like 30-35% of the meta being decks where Grixis Command is really strong. But in the end, it turned out that it was like less than 20% of the meta game, all these aggro decks combined. So yeah, Grixis Command was just not that necessary. I like Brotherhood's End. That's a card that I think is decent against Graveyard Trespasser too, at the very least. So that's a card I did enjoy. Second Bladecoil is just, you know, more late game in that regard. And the one innovation we had, I guess I should talk about this real quick, is Flameless Bolt. We were looking for cards that are good on the draw. in the mirror match, and it also fight Razorlash Transmogrant, and Flameblast Bolt just does exactly that. Sometimes you just want to have a 1-mana spell to catch up a little bit, where when they go Bloodtithe Harvester, you can like kill the Harvester and keep up a counter spell on turn 3 or something like that. You know, just having a cheap removal that kills a Goblin Chain Bloodtithe is nice, and most importantly, it does get rid of one of the strongest cards in the mirror matches, which is Razorlash Transmogrant. So yeah, and Flameless Bolt, you know, you can bring it against Skrelv decks, against any aggro deck, right? It's good against Squee and various annoying creatures that come back from the graveyard. And yeah, it's just a 1-mana removal in a format where there's fast aggressive decks. So just a generally good card that just doesn't see play because Katon, you know, is better. Of course, Katon is the better card in a vacuum, but because of Razorlash Transmogrant and we being worried about that, we wanted to have the Flameblast Bolt. Yeah, and a further Abrade also on the board, really respecting the Bankbuster. All right, guys, this is my Grixis PT list. Let me know, you know, you've all seen a bunch of Grixis gameplay, and don't worry, I will come to the Aftermath cards, and I will try out some brewery things, and I definitely want to try out the Seed Shark and Incubate stuff more. I have some sweet ideas about that, so those will be coming. Let me know if you want to see some PT decks be covered. I don't know, there were some interesting ones at the PT. But I can also understand if you just want to move on from standard and see new decks with the new Aftermath cards, or even just Explorer stuff, who knows. Alright, in any case, we've done enough introduction here. Let's have some games and enjoy those. See you soon. Play first. Interesting. I'm gonna keep it. But yeah, I mean, the biggest reason, I believe, in hindsight, it's very clear. Beforehand, it wasn't so clear to me, but the biggest reason for the dominance of Rakdos midrange at the PT compared to like Grixis is, I think, the mana base. Just simply that. I thought it wasn't that big of a deal to play blue, but I think it is. It really loses you games that you have all the slow lands and stuff. So, and turn 1 Duress is quite strong, and that Rakdos does that very easily. So, Negate has been taken. Duress in the main deck. Is this just Rakdos? Maybe. Ooh, that's a nice draw. I could start slamming. I'm just gonna kill my guy instantly. Even though they know that I have the Appraiser. Yeah, I think I'll deal 4 damage here. I think it's highly likely that I have to use this Make Disappear here. And I just don't want to miss out on the 4 damage. They don't know about the Make Disappear, so they're gonna slam something, I would assume. No? Interesting. I'm gonna get rid of this cut down. Just really want to make land drops. And there we have it. Nice, nice, nice. Can play this land first. Everything going my way here. Opponent just sitting on a reactive removal hand, which is not very good for them against my... I'll take this against my proactive draw here. And now I'm just going to play control, although I'm not too sure about it. Maybe I should have... Okay, looks like it's Rakdos, double swamp. Okay. Yeah, kind of getting punished for not hitting him for 4. Maybe I misplayed there. Okay, so 12-8. What do I do? Just shoot an invoke at their face. Almost tempted to just empty my hand here and hit them for 7. How are they gonna beat this? They need a Brotherhood's End, you know, which is, I think, an unlikely card to be played these days. Yeah. Yeah, this is just, it's exactly like Invoke Despair. Tempo-wise, not the best card, as I mentioned in the introduction. Alright, we're playing the Rakdos matchup. I want Negate, I want Duress. I want Flameless Bolts. I want Siphon, I want Bladecoil. I don't want Gix, I don't want Sheoldred. And cut like 2 Harvesters. This seems good. Could play Brotherhoods and trim another Harvester. Not sure on the go for the throats. I mean, this is sort of, you can trim on them. But you never know how many, like you never know on what level your opponent is at. I, for example, played against a Portuguese player in tournament, and he had Sheoldred post board in against me in the red-black mirror, sort of. You know, he was playing Rakdos, I was playing Grixis, but you know, like I just call those mirrors. And after the match, he explained to me that, you know, their plan was to just keep Sheoldred in and just kill people with Sheoldred because people like to board out their go for the throats or are already only playing free, and you know, so you sort of got to read into what your opponent is up to. I actually read into my opponent being on the Sheoldred plan, and I had all go for the throats that I played in my deck. I just didn't draw him, so no, actually I'm mulling into 6, I remember, and I had the choice to put like go for the throat or Abrade on the bottom, and I put go for the throat on the bottom, and then they went like Razorlash Transmogrant into Sheoldred and Duress on turn 1 to take like my card that got me ahead, like my Bankbuster, and I just sat there and died to the Razorlash and Sheoldred. It was, you know, with a Braid in my hand. It was pretty rough. And I also had Negate and like lands, but yeah. I think I'll negate that. Yeah, I don't want to give them the choice to take something away. I'm not afraid of anything here. Yeah, I think this is a fine turn to play Bankbuster. I hope they don't have a Braid. Ah, they do have a Braid. Yeah, you could have played Bankbuster a turn later to then at least get 1 card out of the deal. Yeah, could have done that. Alright, they're missing land drops. Huh. Yeah, I'm just gonna invoke their face. There's not much to think about here. Like, sure, I could keep up the Make Disappear in case they draw land and they likely invoke. But what if they don't draw land? Then they're gonna skip their turn again. So I just wanna draw some cards, get ahead myself, and then if they invoke me, oh, they're playing the Breach. Oh, they're playing Reanimator. Okay. I didn't expect that. Huh. I mean, we really didn't see any evidence of that in the first game. Alright, that's bad. Now I used my Invoke and they're just gonna Chandra. Okay, now they're gonna double Duress. Take 2 of my cards. Yeah, that's pretty good. Dang it. I really didn't expect big score. If I would have known, I would not have cast my Invoke. Yikes. Yeah, alone because of the prevalence of Chandra these days, you probably need 4 Invoke Despairs in your deck. This is rough. I probably have to play a 3/3 here. But like, they make mana double Invoke, I'm just dead. Deader than dead. Yeah, you got me. You got me. I did not expect that. Chandra, we tried her, of course. Like, I just found her to be too vulnerable to either counter magic or Invoke Despair. But when she sticks, she's just insane. She's incredibly powerful. I don't really know what's going on here. They're playing Cruelty. Okay, I think I know what's going on. Yeah, it is the Reduke deck. It is our Breach version. But I think they played Cruelty in the sideboard. I didn't do much work on that deck. But yeah, I think they played Cruelty in the sideboard. So playing against that, I think I want less go for the throat, less Brotherhoods, and just be a little bit more proactive. Yeah, this seems alright. Okay, so good to know. I think that matchup is good for Grixis though. Just, you know, it's not by a mile or anything. And it really depends on play skill too and what each player gets out of this. That's hugely important in these matchups, like how to approach the games, what to do. That really swings things around. The better player usually wins. Not usually wins. You know, if you just go, you're on the play, you have Fable every time on turn 3 and you go to rest on turn 1, that's going to make you win, right? If you just have the nuts curve. But I think there's a lot of agency and yeah. I just felt more comfortable in testing being on the Grixis side. But of course, having cleaner mana, also with the Breach deck, means that you will win, you know, good amount of games. Although I think that the Breach version is just an inferior deck to the Handshake version of Rakdos. So in case you're wondering if you want to do Light Up the Night or if you want to do Breach the Multiverse, I think just stick with the Light Up the Night plan. That's pretty good. One finally coming back here. No Duress. That's good. Yeah, I mean, this is the very, very strong draw here. Opponent had the first thing they needed. They needed a Abrade. Now a cheap removal for the 2/2 is important. Okay, you on Fable helps. Duress. So my opponent's up on cards. I'm up on mana and like just advantage in terms of being on a play. So what I need here is extra stuff. So I'm definitely drawing 2 cards. The question is just what am I discarding? I want the Flameless Bolt because it just kills the Goblin. I don't want Duress, I believe. Although I could do something like this. It's a bit greedy. Discarding a land. I'm gonna try it though. Okay. Well, let's Duress. Oh wow. That's a stacked hand. Take a cheap card. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna counter the Fable and then we'll see from there, I guess. They discarded those 2. Pretty reasonable. Yikes. I'm losing now. They go Fable here. And then they play land next turn and Invoke. Yeah, I think I have to counter the Fable, like... Just hope to either draw another counterspell or to draw my own Invoke, or... Okay, that's good, that's good. I mean, it's decent. It's not amazing or anything, but it's decent. Got the Invoke. Yeah, I'm just gonna sack this. There's no creatures anywhere. Oh wow. Alright, that was very skillful. Yeah. Pretty good top deck. Huh. Okay. Again, no creatures in the bin right now, which is wild. But yeah, that's the thing with Corpse Appraiser too. Sometimes it's just a little awkward. Oof. Five life you have. Yeah, I'll play it. Damn. Wow. Okay, so I guess they're gonna... I mean, at least now... They haven't used Chandra yet, right? So they can just +1. Yeah, +1 seems pretty good here. Oh, and a Abrade, okay. Oh man, these Corpse Appraiser, they're being so bad. Really making a case for just being red-black, huh? Oh. Oh, that's painful. Alright. So I go face, and then I just hope to find an Invoke with the Corpse Appraiser, I guess. Play land, pass. I need land and an Invoke. And they can find it their own Invoke. They found a Duress, okay. Italy, yeah. And double Razorlash in the exile. Oh, they can kill my treasure, right? No, they can't kill my treasure, correct. Because they have to use the same mode on Abrade when they copy it. Oh no, no! Come on, opponent, you got everything, man! You got everything you need! That's insane! No, I can't Corpse Appraise. I mean, they ran really hot this game. Ah! Oh, man. Oh, man. Alright, you got me. Alright, to be fair, I mean, the list I'm running right now only runs free Invoke and free Bankbusters, so maybe I should have more of those. But to be fair, if I would add Bankbuster, I would probably cut Bladecoil Serpent. God! Oh yeah, we're making a case for being Rakdos here. Oh, this would be an easy keep if I had 2 untapped lands here. But now I'm just looking at slow land, fast land. That's just a mulligan. Alright. And now we again looking at not having red. Yeah, making a great case for being Rakdos. I mean, if that's what this video is about, then that is it. I changed the list. I added 4th Invoke, and I added the 4th Bankbuster, and now I'm getting paired against Mono Red, cutting the Grixis command. Magic at its best. We all love it dearly. The best game in the world, isn't it? No, I don't know. I mean, I think, considering the PT Minneapolis metagame, it's probably correct to go low on Grixis command for your future tournaments, if that means the ladder is different. Because you sometimes get paired against Mono Red, whatever, you know, whatever. You gotta... That is part of the game. That is part of the game. But yeah, I mean, if you honestly... Yeah, just play Rakdos. I'm not even trying to make a case for Grixis. I think Rakdos is just a better deck. I think I'll keep everything. I like my hand. Wondering what I should play this turn, though. Probably just a Fable. I'm a little worried about Raiju, but... Maybe I should be worried about Raiju. Thing is, I can't do much against it. Like, it's gonna come in as a 4/4, so I can't... And then becomes a 5/5 when it attacks. So I can't even block it with anything. I can if I play Harvester first, I can then minus the Harvester to kill the Raiju. I think I'm gonna keep everything again. So like I like my 5th land here because it allows me to play all my things essentially. Do I want to draw a card? No, I think I'm good. I'm just gonna pass. It's like I'm just gonna play my Harvester. It gives me a 4/4 blocker with the Bankbuster, which is pretty good against Mono Red here. Usually. Yeah, that's fine. That is very fine. Goes into exile. What? Explain this attack. You have Abrade, maybe? No. Okay. Good. Good. That worked out well. And maybe they're sitting on Lightning Strike? No? Maybe? I don't know. Mishra's Foundry. Yeah, let's just draw cards. And then attack. Oh, make disappear. Okay, this game's over. Yeah. This game is done. Okay, so Bladecoil Serpent a bit slow, Bankbuster a bit slow, Invoke a bit slow. So those are the bad cards. The rest is kind of decent. We can bring in Bolt, Brotherhood, and Abrade, Bolt. Bolt and Bolt, yeah, they're both bolts. And Grixis Command, and now we have one more slot. I think Bankbuster is alright. Bladecoil, Invoke Despair is decent if they have removal. Sorry, if they have Planeswalkers, I mean. Yeah. I mean, I'll play one Invoke, I think. Just a ton of spot removal, a little card advantage. And then the Fable, of course, also card advantage. Bladecoil Serpent, nah, that one is just not good in this matchup. Yeah. I'll just play this. I could bluff like a 1-mana removal, but I really want to get this tap out of the way, and that's more important than bluffing. Okay. So I have a choice to make. What do I want to do? Abrade or Harvester? I think I want to go with Harvester. Sure, I might take 2 damage from like Punisher. Or now I take like, this is all fine, honestly. This is actually pretty good for me, I think. Them just going for a Lightning Strike turn 3 is great. Phoenix check, okay. I just don't think my opponent has Furnace Punisher at this point. I mean, they would have played Furnace Punisher if they had it last turn. I think I'm good with everything here. This kills Raiju when it comes in. Yeah. I could cycle something. The Blackcleave Cliffs. Wait. What just happened? For some reason I thought I didn't have enough mana to cast Sheoldred yet. That was a little bit of a blackout. I should have just cast Sheoldred there. That was pretty bad. Sorry about that. I was sleeping for a moment. Maybe the jet lag still has me a little bit. Looks like we're still winning, but that certainly didn't help. Okay. Huh. Whew. Oh, by the way, I went 9-6-1 at the PT, so I requalified for Barcelona. I was like 55th place, you know, out of 250. Nothing like incredibly special, but not a bad finish by any means. So I can kill the chick, or I can return my Harvester. I think I just return my Harvester. I certainly put lifelink on my Sheoldred. Catching. Yeah, returning Harvester means here I'm going to draw a card, which makes Harvester just so good, right? Like, when you flood out, just draws you extra cards. Same with Fable, I mean. Alright, I'll try it. It's a bit slow. But yeah, I'll try it. Exactly. If you're playing like a mirror match, it could be pretty decent. Duress. Take my Fable. Yeah. It's Grixis. Yeah, I'll just play Harvester. Corpse Appraiser in hand, I kind of like the Harvester there. So it's good against Fable. They manually tapped? Well, why would you do that? Oh, we have my own Fable again. Well, don't mind if I do. Although, one issue with this play is that now I enable their Corpse Appraiser. Yeah, that is true. Interesting. A good metagame call, honestly, might be to play some form of mono white these days. Maybe Autumn Budget's mono white top 4 list from the PT. It's like if we want to prey on these red black decks, doing it with Search of Salvation certainly makes sense. What do I do here? So my opponent has 3 cards in hand. Do I discard anything? I think I might discard 1 Bankbuster. Just want to hit land drops here. Okay. Looks like they have some actual spell that could go for the throat or something. Okay. Interesting. So I have the better board position right now, but if they have a Bloodtithe Harvester, that'd be pretty gross. Although they need Bloodtithe plus a counterspell to really, yeah. So now they need a counterspell to prevent the Serpent from coming down. If they have one, they are going to be ahead. Looks like they don't. Okay. That's not bad nonetheless, though. That is pretty good. All right, so we go blue, blue, blue. Pretty painful. Blue, blue, red, red. Draw 2. Kill your Kiki. And then the question is, how much do I want to attack? Do I attack for 9 or do I attack for 6? 9 puts them to 10. They get 1 treasure out of the deal. I mean, their life total is a lot more under attack than mine is, with me having 8 power on the board, and them just having 2. So that me trading 2 for 3 damage is like, that's really fine with me. The extra treasure, I think, shouldn't be the biggest deal at this point in the game. Like, extra treasure is good, but yeah, they're not even attacking, are they? Yeah. They want to keep back the Bankbuster. Like, they want to crew the Bankbuster to block my free is what I'm reading out of this. Okay, fine. I could start by cycling one of these Make Disappears. Maybe I'll do that. In case I find like Invoke. Okay. Now I'm just gonna do this. Although I could again cycle. Then if I find Fable, I can't cast Fable. If I find Fable, I could cycle a land away. Cast this and then have Make Disappear up. But if I find a Fable... Maybe I should have just started with the Appraiser in the first place. Because now if I find a Abrade, I can't keep up Make Disappear anymore. Okay. Well. I'm gonna discard this one. Okay. So if I attack with this, they're kind of locked into block and they take 5. If I attack with the Serpent, they could block the Serpent and draw a card. Am I happy with that? Probably. Looks like they're going for that. I mean... Sure. So you can sack the copy, but they're gonna go to 6 life. And then they have to jump block. Oh, they just sacked the enchantment. Fine. Cool. Alright. Sweet. Grixis mirror match. Well, I cut a Razorlash Transmogrant, which I would rather have a second one on the sideboard. Hey, can't know everything. Cutdown goes, Duress comes in, Bolt, Abrade, Siphon, Bladecoil. Now I think I have too many cards for this matchup, probably, because I added some new ones. Trim go for the Throat and Harvester. A little low on removal now, like 7 removal. Harvester ain't that bad either. Could trim like a Invoke. Harvester is good with Razorlash. Gives you something. Like if you discard a Razorlash with a blood, that's just such nice value. Bankbuster can be pretty slow. But I think it's just too important. Let's see. I mean, if my opponent does a similar thing than I do and goes more controlling, this configuration should be perfect. If they are more aggressive, and they have Sheoldreds in, which, you know, I don't know, I'm just not putting them on that, then this approach is less good. So it's a little bit of a gamble I'm taking, but yeah. I have to go either way. I could go with a more removal-heavy version, but then I lose against all their Bankbusters and, you know, card draw effects. So I'll have to choose. Pick your poison, essentially, and in this case, I feel like people that play Grixis lean more towards going into a controlling deck, but people that play Rakdos, I don't know, I just had a feeling that they are more likely to keep in their aggressive stuff and go aggro, and that's how they beat Grixis. Huh. I'll just do this. Get rid of the most expensive card, even though it's good, but you know, Invoke and Bankbuster are also good. Turn 1 Duress. Oof. Oh, that's a nice draw. That's important, but that was the Duress Bankbuster on the play. It's just like makes your make disappear also look pretty embarrassing. Opponent misses land drops. That is good news for me. Interesting. There's no creatures in the bin, so I think I'm just gonna pick the land. Fable, Fable. Alright. Did I just play double Harvester? I think yes. Just up the pressure. Transmogrant. It gives them a 4/4 blocker. If I kill Transmogrant here, what I do? No, I wish I had that Corpse Appraiser. I might just have to slow this game down. Like, I don't see how profitable attack. I can't cast Invoke. Just play Bankbuster and pass. We are up on lands. We're not up on cards. Not even close, but we'll get there. We're up on permanence. Fable. No land. Abrade would be the best draw here. Killing the Bankbuster. Invoke. Invoke. Invoke in that sense is kind of nice because if they accrue the Bankbuster, I can just kill it with Harvester, which is a good trade for me. Yeah, they're not going for that. And if they're not crewing, we can just attack for 7. It's also good for us. Decent spot. I mean, opponent got severely unlucky, of course, here. Yeah. Okie dokie, what is this hand? 5 lands, a 4-drop, and a 6-drop. I got all my Hellas, but I think I have to mulligan that. It's just too... do nothing. What are we doing about this hand? I almost want to put back the Fable. Demir Control! Oh man, this is a nice 7, but a 6? What do I do? Tough. Could almost put this back. This is crazy. Is this crazy? Maybe casual, maybe this. Oh man. If I had a red source, I would easily just put the Bankbuster back, but I feel... Alright, you know what? I'm gonna put the Bankbuster back. I'm gonna draw the red source. Like, yeah. I'm on the draw. On the play, I wouldn't put the Bankbuster back, but because I'm on the draw, I think that's correct. Yikes, it's just red-black everywhere on the ladder. What is going on? Oh no. Not another go for the throat. It's the last card I want to see. Trespass, just slamming it. Alright, I'll counter. Die. You die too. I guess more red than blue cards here on 2 mana, so I could draw a Harvester, for example. Okay. It's a good card. Are they gonna try to find the Duress? Try to get my Invoke. Oof. Interesting. So they haven't used the Go for the Throat yet. Just go with the Appraiser, I think. Just a clean 2 for 1. Yep. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. It's just the worst. Ah, Grixis! I just hate you now. I don't know, my brain is just sitting there and making a case for Grixis to be bad. Like, I'm really biased now against Grixis, which is funny. Before that, I was biased towards Grixis, and I was like, this red-black deck, it doesn't have counterspell, it doesn't have Corpse Appraiser. You know, we tested red-black against Grixis, you know, we had our internal stuff going on, of course, but it's like, no, it doesn't make sense. And now I'm, like, playing this Grixis deck, I'm like, this just sucks. Why did I ever do this to myself? So many fast lands, so many slow lands, like, four Xander's Lounge tapped. It's so bad. Playing, like, a turn behind. You can see why everyone is playing Rakdos. Man, but I got pretty unlucky here, like 7 cards deep, no untapped land. It's crazy. Anyways, yeah. Cool. Cool, I think I'll take Abrade. I'll just hope to, like, at some point there has to be an untapped source on the top of my deck, right? Like, how many cards are we deep? Come on. Next turn I'm gonna draw an Invoke Despair or something like that. Playing Liliana main deck. Not Invoke Despair. I'm going to cast my Invoke Despair. Alright. Well, I'm basically just hoping they don't have any crazy proactive element here. No breaches, no more Invokes, no more Chandras. Just sit on removal, you know. Do nothing scary to me. Oh, nice. More Bankbusters. That is exactly what I was looking... No. Oh, how am I confusing cards right now? My brain is not properly working. More cut downs, meant what I said. Okay, anyways, we have fodder for the Liliana to discard. So that's I guess what these cut downs are for. That's a good card. Discard Zokensan. That's not actually bad. So the hand is better than Zokensan, apparently. Yikes. Yikes! Yeah. So if I use cut down, I have to discard a good card to get to the Sheoldred. Sorry, Sheoldred. It's confusing every card in the game. What am I gonna say next? Chandra? The Chandra of the Mirror Breaker? God, my brain, what's going on? Anyways, yeah, I mean, so if I draw a black source next turn, I can kill all 3 of these. I just discard the cut down. I can also discard Appraiser. If I don't draw a land, Appraiser is kind of decent though. Sort of. I feel like I need to invoke both of them. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna ditch the Appraiser. Okay. Oh my god. Ugh. I was saying, do not have more proactive cards, okay? Jesus. I'm not even gonna play this out. Like, my punch is too far ahead. The Invoke is tempo negative. They're gonna kill me with Sheoldred. Whatever. Okay. I mean, did I concede prematurely? Okay, if I draw a black sword, sack. Their turn. Like, I go to 11, they attack me down to 7, then I go to 5, and then I play another Invoke, but then they can sack this guy. Yeah. No, I think I need to go for the throat. And I already played 2, so what are the odds? Okay, I'm on the play. On the play. I think counterspell's less good on the play in this matchup, especially because they have Duress. They can like sense out what counterspell you have, which is pretty annoying. So I'm just gonna keep the make disappears and draw. When they have less lands, less resources and stuff, I might have a little bit more make disappears. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to defend, you know, the case for Rakdos. If you play a tournament these days, just play Rakdos midrange. The deck did obscenely well. I think we have the win rates. Let me just check them. Let me like this. I can also put a link in the comments. But there was the second chance Pro Tour qualifier on Sunday, which only allowed for PT competitors to be played in, which all of them that didn't qualify for Barcelona could play in them. And Rakdos had like an outrageous win rate. And it was like 7 out of top 8 of the decks. It was crazy. Let me see. Number of decks, Rakdos midrange. Yeah, 64% win rate. Being the most played deck. It just crushed it completely. Being the most played deck and having 64% win rate. Like, it just... it's insane. Grixis had 42%. Esper Legends at 3rd place at 46%. Mono White barely 50%. Just great. No, yeah. I mean, I went 7-3 with Grixis, so myself personally, my result was decent, like 70% win rate at the PT. 10 in 10 matches, winning 7 is good. But yeah, my teammates didn't do so well with Grixis, and yeah, I do feel bad for them, and not having found, you know, a better choice. I'm like, why am I recording this content even? For whom? Who doesn't even care? Like, who wants to see the second best deck in the format, you know? Who cares even? And look at this again. Like, if this would be an untapped land, I could go Bankbuster, activate Abrade, you know? Like, it's just... Bankbuster is also the type of card that, you know, is so mana intensive, so you really want to have all untapped lands possible. That does not seem very good for you, if I may say so. Interesting. What do I discard? Guess. Go for the throat. Discard land. Like now I just go Corpse Appraiser, Crew, you know, kill you Liliana. Pretty bad for you. Like, Liliana is more of a responsive card, especially if your opponent has Bankbuster in play. You just don't want to play that card like that. My opponent might have Rotten Reunion. That was like a tech some of the Rakdos players played. No, they don't have it. Okay. I could go for the second red. I could just take a blue-black. I'll just take a blue-black. Yeah, maybe you're also fine just running 2 Bladecoils. The card is a bit expensive. Sorry, just running 1, I meant. Not 2. Just running 1. It is also more of a card that I really like in the mono-white matchup. But yeah, I mean, nobody's playing mono-white. I think it's also pretty good in the Rakdos matchups, of course. But it is a bit slow. Okay, opponent keeping the Sheoldred. So I should have not discarded Go for the Throat, I guess. Maybe I should have read into that, because it was such a weird play that they played Liliana. They knew about the Go for the Throat, so they and the Corpse Appraiser, so they really wanted to bait out this exact line of play, I think, which worked. Unfortunately, for me, it worked for them. Now I'm staring down the barrel of good old Sheoldred. No answer. And I'm drawing cards. I'm probably gonna die to her. Ah, wonderful. Just the worst feeling. Damn it. I could have discarded the Serpent, but you really don't want to discard a Serpent that late in the game, right? I hate myself though. Like, I literally don't have many answers for that thing. I have 4 Invokes and 1 Go for the Throat. That's pretty much it. I'm dying in 4 turns. I have 3 more draw steps. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much. Invoke. Siphon, okay. I guess that gives me more looks. And my opponent might have more go for... Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. Holy cow. Oh my god, I'm just too good at this game. I'm just too good. What can I say? I mean, I'm still dying miserably to Chandra, Invoke Despair, another Sheoldred. Okay. That I'm not dying to. Yeah, it's also a little bit of a scary part about the red black deck. If you go too low on life, you just die. What do I do here? So this can be a 6/4 11. I can crew this. This is 4 9 14 damage, so they don't have to block with the Trespasser. Like to find a counterspell. Would like to discard their hand. I only have 3 negates in my deck. They don't have Invoke in hand right now. Steals me 1 extra. Okay, let's see. Okay. Well. Let's just... Well, wait a minute. Let's play this land. Let's do blue. Black. No. Black. Draw 2 more. Make them discard 1. Okay, they just concede. Good. I mean, if I would... Oh, wait. I could have played Fable. I'm so stupid. I actually punted there. Because playing Fable insulates me against Invoke. Then I can't cast Serpent though, so gamble. Maybe casting Serpent is correct after all, because it just gets me to win the game on the next turn. Although it's gotta be close. It's gotta be close. I can just attack with 5, hit them to 11, play my Fable, play land, go. And then I can, like, next turn haste the Serpent in there. Alright, maybe I want this Brotherhood Send, huh? So them keeping in... Okay, wait a minute. Let's cut all these, all of those. Let's maybe trim a Serpent. Let's trim a Bankbuster. It's supposedly for this matchup, but now I'm trimming it. Trim a Negate, Brotherhood. Okay, maybe like this. I really don't want to have Negate when they have a curve of Trespasser into Sheoldred. Brotherhood Send's a bit narrow too. Yeah, I could just have the wrong cards at the wrong time. But I think Make Disappear is actually fine here on the draw. As long as they don't have Bankbuster. But we have also plenty of answers for Bankbuster. I have, I think that's a fine hand. It's not great, but it's fine. I have Abrade, Duress, Brotherhood's End. Huh. I think I'm actually going to go with Blackcleave Cliffs here. Like, I might cycle the Xander's Lounge if I draw more lands. Okay, so far so good. Ah, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Oh, okay. It's a lot of lands. Sheoldred. No, nothing? I mean, nothing is great. Like, the draw go... Like, Grixis is gonna win the draw go game against anybody, pretty much. The rest, let's see what's up. Italy! I'll certainly take that Chandra. I'm just looking for Make Disappear. I might use Soaken Sun here to absorb a little bit of damage and give me one less card. No? Cool. Okay, Corpse Appraiser again, not having any targets. Not great, not great. Oh wow, they're doing Soaken Sun after? What the heck? That doesn't make much sense. Ah, because they drew another. Wait, what? I don't understand it. That was weird. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna die to Italy. Nice. Great. I don't think I want to just play a free here. That doesn't seem very good. I'm just gonna try to Takenuma into, I don't know, a creature, which I barely have any in my deck. Maybe I should just play, I don't know. I really want to find a Bladecoil. Bladecoil could maybe get me out of this. Oof. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Not like this. Yeah. I mean, the proactive cards are just so incredibly powerful and snowbally, like Fable, Bankbuster. The player that doesn't have them is going to be really behind. But then, yeah. Or that doesn't have answers to them. Yeah, I mean, just... It's all bad. You gonna slam? No. No, okay. Go ahead. Oh! No, if I would have kept up red, I could have at least killed both these in response to that. Now they have Italy mana. Great. Trespass and a Bladecoil. That is it. I'm done. GG. You got me. Okay, I mean, fine. We'll play one more turn. But I mean, how am I getting out of this? I have to draw. Go for the throat. Oh, they took my one creature I had. Okay, cool. GG. I'm done. Grixis bad. Rakdos good. You play a standard tournament, you better play Rakdos these days. Simple as that. Or play some hardcore hate on Rakdos deck, like, I don't know, Search of Salvation, mono white, splash black, mid-range, whatever it may be. Grixis out, Rakdos in, it's settled. Alright guys, thanks for watching again. I'm gonna be back with some brews, I'm gonna try some stuff out, see around what we can do with the March of the Machines cards. And until then, yeah, stay tuned, I guess. Bye-bye. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for watching.